Greetings! Today, guess what I picked up from an auto shop? Bzzz. I've got lightsabers for Star Wars, from Star Wars, Jedi weapon. Yeah, they're giving them away because they're promoting the movie, and now I can play Jedi. But that's not what the video is gonna be about. By the way, if you want one of those, I think they still have them. But anyways, today I will be tearing down this PlayStation Eye. After my recent play with some cheap lasers from eBay, I thought it would be nice to have a few more lenses to play with and experiment a little bit. So I looked around in the box of obsolete stuff, and I found this, and I've got absolutely no use for it. I don't exactly remember how I came into possession of this. It works. I've never owned a PlayStation, so I tried connecting it to the computer, and there is some strange Windows drivers that will enable you to use this, and I've tried it. Yes, it works. It's a not really great, mediocre webcam, certainly not up to today's standard. So let's have a look inside and see what's it made of, what makes it tick. Interesting thing to see inside will be the what they called 4 microphone array system. So there's gonna be some sort of strange contraption with 4 microphones that give away, and a camera module and lens, and it's got this zoom lens, so this zooms it a little bit. So I think this way is a little bit zoom and this way is a little bit wider view angle. So let's see. On the back there's those 4 round things, plugs or whatnot. I'm quite certain that that's where the screw will be. Yep, that's one. They are really stuck in quite hard inside, so it's not exactly straightforward to get them out. Okay, those are out. Now I can get the screws out of the back camera, out of the back of the camera, and let's see if that's gonna be it. So maybe some more screws. Oh, come on. Okay, there is something else in here. Okay, there's something else holding the whole thing together. It doesn't want to give. Let's try a bigger screwdriver. I highly doubt that they would glue this whole thing into one piece. Maybe? They were trying perhaps to cover up the secrets of the mystical array system. There we go. That's a little bit unelegant, and I bet as soon as this thing is completely destroyed, it will be quite obvious what should I have done to get into it. Oh no, actually that was correct. It was only a couple of clips holding it at the bottom. And the USB cable. A little plug, so that should pop out, I think. Oh no, it's not a plug, it's one of those end connectors that you just put on a cable for easier soldering. This whole thing is soldered in. So yeah, let's take the bottom of the base off. More screws. Surprisingly, a lot of electronics in this for a camera. If you ever open up one of the modern cameras or your webcams or whatnot, there's hardly anything in there. Maybe one tiny chip and the camera module, and that's it. This one's got, oops, I think I've been off the camera. This one is, as you can see, is quite busy. There's a little BGA package and something else here. We'll have a closer look in a moment. Let's just get this completely out. There we go. A case. Which has got nothing in it. And the module and the 4 microphone array system, which is still held with by one screw. Sorry, I keep getting off of camera. It's kind of difficult to try to stay in the view of camera. And we've got 4 microphones, which were all housed in this plastic. I'm not exactly sure what they were achieving with it. Each microphone has got a nice little rubber, that's for sound insulation, so that's fine. Well, it's quite nice that those microphones have got really long legs, so if I need a microphone for something, I can desolder those and keep them for later. but I'm not sure what does 4 microphone array provide. I mean, more sensitivity or maybe some sort of noise cancellation. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But yeah, you see what I mean by this. Almost looks like a connector that you can just pull out from the board, but this is just straight soldered through, and that's it. So what else can I take apart? Ah yes, the lens. There's two. There are two the same tiny little, I'm not sure if that's BGA or what is this package called. It's tiny. The pins are absolutely close together, and those things are connected to the microphone. This one is connected to those two. You can clearly see the lines going through, and this one is connected to those two. So what is it doing there? I mean, are those some sort of op-amps? Probably. I would think that those would be op-amps for the microphones, but strange package for an op-amp. But I guess you can put anything inside a plastic case. And this main, well, I say main, it's the biggest package on the board. OV0538. I would have thought I'll see Sony packages on here, Sony branded, because this is Sony stuff. But not. Let's see what the module looks like. Those two screws would have freed up the assembly. Oh, nice lens assembly. It comes out as one piece, so that will become handy. And the camera is actual die on the PCB. There's a tiny blob of glue, so it was it's softish. It looks like silicone or hot melt glue. Two LEDs, but this module, I want to have a look at it slightly enlarged. So let's put a macro on and see what we can see. Okay, and there is the chip. I'm not sure if this is a CMOS or some other type of sensor, but I find it extremely fascinating how small those things are. So this is zoomed quite a bit. I mean, you have a via right next to the sensor, and you can see how tiny that is. You have to remember that this gray area, where there is a few particles of dust on at the moment, that's my fault, but this grayish area is made up of pixels. So what was this camera, 640 by 480, so there is 640 by 480 pixels on this, I think. So if you think pixel density on your latest mobile phone or tablet at 350 or 400 pixels per inch or whatnot, you think that's high? Think again. Let me get this, try to get this to focus. If I, at the top, you can see on the top of the chip, you can see there's a few more structures in the chip inside. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 squares on the left seem fully, there's something in full in there. The third from the left square seems that there is something somewhat less of a structure in it in the top right corner, and then the far right one there is even more not there. So let me see if I can play about with the light a little bit so it shows up. Okay, maybe now. I need to get a better system to actually look inside into those things, but this is what I've got right now. It's a bit of a makeshift microscope. That's as far as it will go. Yeah. Yeah, so there is some extra stuff in there, maybe some sort of control and memory. I'm guessing here, really. Yeah, that's what the chip inside PlayStation Eye camera looks like. I need a much higher microscope to have a look at individual pixels. That's what I want to do. You can see the silk screen is not entirely smooth. No, without this magnification it looks just like a perfectly straight line, but when you enlarge it quite a lot, you can start to see all sorts of imperfections. Okay, those are the. This is one of the two little chips that go into microphones. Even that looks quite nice when it's enlarged so much. There we go. OV0538. This looks like a brick. Oh, even that, when you look at it, the actual writing on the crystal, you can see it was laser etched, so in the marking machine, laser just simply fired point by point, and that's how it got the 12, the marking engraved onto it. You can see the individual shots that laser fired into it and made the little tiny writing on it out of that, so that's quite interesting. And now the lens, this is what I wanted to pull out of this. Let's see if I can shine a laser through it, see what happens. By the way, I always pull the batteries out of laser, just in case that I activate it accidentally. but that's the least responsibility I can have around them. Okay, so this as it is. As it is, it disperses the light. So I'm wondering, how do I take this further apart without damaging the lenses too much? There's at least 3 separate lenses in this contraption. There's one at the front, one at the back, and one is moving when I turn this, and that's moving inside. So I think I suspect that this might have been glued in place, so without brute force I doubt we'll get anywhere. Okay, that went well. So let's see what this contraption was made of. So that's one lens. Oh, I stand corrected. This is actually 2 lenses, one after another. So even this, I think, will be taken apart further to individual lenses. This is the zoom bit with a spring. So the way this worked, where's when this, this way. And the spring just provided a little bit of force onto one side. Oh, that's interesting. It burns. Lasers are often demonstrated by different people on the internets using a black tape, because black tape melts quite easily, mainly because it's black, and black color absorbs light quite well. So I think I've got this off camera a little bit, so let's move it here. Yeah, that's good. So this lens right now I'll just try to make it in a way that you'll be able to see it. Was that visible? That was a bit of smoke. I've got a better idea. We'll try it this way. And there is a tiny hole. One more. So this actually focuses the laser beam quite nicely. Okay, I think I will leave this in this shape at the moment. I'm not sure whether I'd want to use this for something. It's a nice lens assembly, or I will take it apart further. So this I will keep definitely. And the screws, you can never have enough of those. And I need to get the microphones out of this. But I will, I think, keep this board for later. Once I get proper microscope, I'd like to have a lot closer look at this chip, because it does look quite interesting. Other than that, I think that's it. Okay, take care.